Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos. And today we have a sewing tutorial and pattern for this Halter Flounce top. So this is going to be the tutorial and the pattern for this top is the first link down below. And you guys who have followed me for a long time know that I love to give my subscribers with their notification bells turned on a little discount. So you can use the code Halter Flounce to get 30% off this pattern until tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. I would rank this as a beginner level pattern. There is an invisible zipper in the back and the hem is a rolled hem, but other than that, everything is super simple. So if you're a beginner and you want to give it a go, this is a good project for you. And if you're advanced, it's only going to take you a couple hours to sew this. This top actually only took me 3 hours. I will also have all of the supplies and materials needed for this top in the listing description of the pattern. So in that first link down below in the pattern listing description. But if you're interested in like all of the equipment that I'm using throughout this video, I'll have that all in the video description. All right, so without further ado, let's just get into the tutorial. All right, so step one is to print out your pattern at 100% scale. Then line up your sheets of paper edge to edge without trimming or overlapping your sheets of paper. Tape it together and then refer to your instruction pamphlet to figure out what size to create based off of the body measurements chart and cut on the corresponding line. Moving on to sewing. The first step is to sew the vertical seams of the shell of the halter top. Take your front bodice pieces and place them right sides together at the princess seams and sew a plain seam. Then repeat this process with the back bodice pieces. Place those right sides together at the side seams and sew. Then serge and press your seams outward. Now you're going to repeat all of those steps exactly the same way for the lining bodice. The only difference is that when you press your seams, press them inwards. See, the bottom is the shell, the seams are pressed outward, the top is the lining, the seams are pressed inwards. Now back to the shell. Take your bodice and your neckline strap and place them right sides together. I find it helpful just to fold the pieces in half to find the exact center of both of those pieces. That way when I line it up, I know I'm lining up the centers. And take your time when pinning the seam. This is a reverse curve seam, so it might be a little bit tricky. Just take your time when you're pinning and sewing. After you finish sewing the seam, serge and press the seam upwards. To get the seam to lay nice and flat, I also like to clip along the curve right above that center panel. This will just help everything lay flat when pressing. And now just repeat this step exactly the same for the lining. So sew that neckband seam right side together with the bodice and press upwards. Now moving on to the flounce. Take your flounce and place it right sides together with the bodice at the waistline and sew, serge, and press the seam upwards. Now we're going to prep the top for the invisible zipper. First, just finish the center back edges independently by serging them and repeat that for the lining bodice as well. For the lining, also serge along the waistline edge. And now we can insert the invisible zipper into the shell only. So unzip your invisible zipper, pin one side of the zipper right sides together with the halter top and baste it in. You can either hand baste or machine baste. So from the neckline down to the zipper notch. Once you've basted the zipper in, zip up your zipper and use pins or another marking tool to mark all of those horizontal seams. So I like to mark on the other side of the zipper tape, the waistline seam, the seam where the neckline band meets the bodice, and also where the zipper stops. Then unzip your zipper, flip the other side of the zipper tape over to the other side of the halter and pin that in place using those pins that you just placed in the zipper tape. Now baste this side of the zipper as well so that we can check that everything is lined up. So zip up your zipper, check to make sure all those seams look like they're going to be lined up, and then you can permanently sew in your invisible zipper with either a zipper foot or an invisible zipper foot. And this is the result. Perfectly lined up. Now just finish the seam by sewing the center back seam closed below the zipper with our normal 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim off your excess zipper, leaving about 1 inch of an excess. And ta-da, your center back seam is done. Look how clean it looks. Perfect. Now moving on to the straps. So you have 2 straps, take them both and fold them in half right sides together long ways and pin in place. You are going to sew down 1 stitch along the long edge with your normal 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim down your seam allowance. Personally, I'm going to use pinking shears just to prevent fraying, but this is optional. Once you trim down your seam allowance, take your loop turner or safety pin and flip your strap right side out. Do this to both straps and then give them a good press with your iron. Now we are ready to attach the lining, the shell, and the straps. So I find it easiest to pin the straps in place now before pinning the lining and the shell. Now the straps are a little confusing. You're actually going to place them straight up and down at that center point. You might want to place them flat with the edge, but actually the correct way would be to place it straight up and down. Now also pin the back of the straps to the back of the halter using the back strap notches as a guide. Make sure your straps are not twisted when you pin them. And now you can place your lining right sides together with the shell at the neckline and pin. Now just sew the neckline. Now I'm just going to clip that center point of the halter top to reduce the bulk in the seam allowance. Then I'm going to understitch the neckline. So to understitch, I have the shell of the halter on the left, I have the lining of the halter on the right, and I have the seam allowance underneath pointed towards the right. To understitch, I'm going to sew through both the lining and the seam allowance about 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch away from the neckline seam. You won't actually be able to understitch all the way to that center front point of the halter top. So understitch to a couple of inches before the center front point and then do the other side. Now we're going to pin the center back seams. Pin the lining right sides together with the shell. The zipper should be sandwiched in between, and make sure for the neckline that the neckline is folded and not at the understitch stitch line, if that makes sense. You want it to be folded at the original neckline seam. Now just sew the center back seam from the neckline to the end of the lining with 1/4 inch seam allowance and flip everything right side out. All right, we're almost done. 2 more steps. For your second to last step, we are going to stitch in the ditch to keep the lining in place. So just pin along the waistline seam, pin directly through the seam on the front of the shell, catching the lining behind it. You want to make sure your lining is really flat before sewing, so take your time pinning for this step. Then bring it over to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew directly in the ditch of the waistline seam, catching the lining fabric on the back side. Now for your final step, we are just going to hem the flounce. To do this, we need to create a rolled hem since the hem is so curved. So step 1 would be to fold your hem 3/4 of an inch under, give it a press right at the edge, bring it over to your sewing machine and sew about 1/8 of an inch away from that edge that you just folded and pressed. Then trim down your seam allowance as close as you can get it to the stitch that you just sewed. Bring it back over to your iron, fold it up one more time and give it a good press. Bring it back over to the sewing machine and just top stitch that hem down, and then you're done. That is your rolled hem. Now an optional step would be to finish that raw edge of the invisible zipper at the bottom there. I just sandwiched a piece of binding at the edge and hand stitched that in place to look nice. You could also top stitch it, but yes, after you do that, you are done. All right, that is how you sew this halter flounce top. Let me know which one was your favorite. The yellow color block, the salmon stripe, or the silky pink halter top. This one I've already worn like 3 times. Oh, and if you guys decide to use this pattern and you post on Instagram, be sure to tag me in it. I love to see your creations. And you also might get featured on my Instagram stories on Maker Monday when I feature 3 people who have recreated one of my patterns. We do it every week. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, feel free to give me a thumbs up because it's the easiest way to support your favorite creators for free. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is Kiana Bonollo. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss out on pattern discounts in the future, and I'll see you next time. Bye!